Hey everyone, Eric here from ORV Explorer. I've got my brother-in-law Seb.
Hey.
We're here with the Power Wagon and Seb's 2016 Ram 1500 Eco Diesel, and we're going to test the winch out today. I've had the truck for many months and haven't had the opportunity to pull out any Chevys yet, and I've just got an itch to learn how that winch works, and I have a feeling you have an itch to see how it works as well. So we're going to play around with it. Nothing technical. We're going to try out pulling the truck, like the two trucks kind of nose to nose. I'll show you how the winch works and I'll figure it out at the same time. And we're gonna pull, he's got his truck, which weighs 5,400 pounds with his quad in the back, his CF Moto C-Force 500 high output, which weighs about 800 pounds, plus the weight of the trailer, 700 pounds-ish. So we don't know the exact weight of the trailer, but probably around 700. Whereas my truck is empty, and it weighs 7,400 alone. So I think that the Power Wagon will still weigh 400 to 500 pounds more than the 1500 with the quad and the trailer behind it. So we're going to experiment and see what happens if both trucks are in neutral and we pull in with the winch. We're just out of curiosity. Obviously, in a recovery situation, we would never do it that way, but I just want to see. One of three things will probably happen. Either my truck will roll, his truck will roll, or both of them will start rolling in together. I don't know. I've got you on the weight, but you have 6 contact points on the road, yep. Right? So, because he's got the trailer, 2 tires, and the 4 tires on the truck. I don't know if that makes a difference. By no means a physicist. If you are, let us know. But yeah, we'll experiment. We'll have some fun. It's a 12,000 pound Warren winch for, I don't know, 2020, maybe even in 2019. Don't quote me on this, but they changed it to a synthetic rope, which is great. And the Fairlead now only has the 1 hook instead of the 2. And I thank the people in the comments of my walk around video for kind of educating me on why that is. When they had 2 hooks, people used to wrap the cable around this one and then hook to this. That's really hard on the cable when you add tension to it. So Ram took it away and only gave you the 1 hook now so that you're using it properly, which is good, because if I had the other hook, guess what I'd be doing? Wrapping it around. On the winch here, you can see that gray lever there. That is to turn it into free spool. Oh, I see there, it's got some instructions written. But right now, the winch it's locked, so the controller will give power to the winch to spool it. When you put it in free spool, it allows you to pull the winch out and connect to whatever you want to connect to, in this case, the Eco Diesel. We'll put it into free spool right now. I can turn that down. It's a little stiff. There we go. Hold on a second. All right, so we're here at the Eco Diesel. We've got recovery hooks here to connect to, so this should be nice and easy. Ram made it nice and easy because, once again, they know that at some point you're probably going to have to use these. You'll encounter a Chevy in the winter, so you eventually will have to tow it out. But in this case, I know this is an unrealistic demo because it's a Ram pulling a Ram, and that you'll never see that in the wild, but you'll just have to bear with me here. So here we are. We're connected. I'm going to flip that winch back to the locked mode, non-free spool, whatever it's called. We're going to add some tension, so I'll just reverse a little bit until the rope's nice and tight, and then we'll get pulling. We've got some tension in the rope. We're going to have to tighten it up a little bit still, just because it did loosen up when Seb's truck went into neutral. We're going to have to figure that out. Looking down here, I'm ready to plug the winch controller in now. It's So you just remove this little rubber cover and plug that right in. And now we should be ready to winch. We'll just, if you look at the controller here, so the bottom button is to reel it in, and to spool it out would be the top button. So let's just make sure. There we go. So we're nice and tight again, just the way we like it. We've got our hoods open on both ends, not because we're admiring the 6.4 liter Hemi, but just as an extra safety in the event that the rope does snap. The hood can help protect the windshield and the occupants of the vehicles. So we're going to leave those open. We'll both hop in the trucks, reel it in, and we'll see what happens. I didn't move. That's funny. So there it was, both trucks in neutral. The Power Wagon was reeling in the Eco Diesel and the quad and the trailer, and I did feel the rope would loosen up and then get tight again. And when that jerk happened, I think my truck moved a little bit, but ultimately the Power Wagon was pretty stationary while the 1500 was coming in. How do you feel about that, Seb? Is that because my truck's a beast or what?
No, I like it.
So here's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna put it back in free spool. Seb's gonna slowly back up, and we're gonna basically unspool the winch as much as we can until we start to see there's a marking on the rope when you're getting to the end of the spool, and that's when you should stop. Then he's going to lightly hold his foot on the brake while I reel him in. My truck's in park now, and I'll put the e-brake on just to put it under tension. And we're going to use this opportunity to pre-tension the rope, so that rope will be under tension while it's spooled, which is good. It's always a good idea to do that before you actually need to use it in a recovery situation. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so Seb, go nice and slow, okay? And then I'll yell to stop when you have to stop. Don't forget you have a trailer behind you too. Let's go take a look. You can see the red rope under there. It's gonna start. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, stop. All right, so here you can see it. We've got the red rope coming out now, which means I think we've got just one more layer on the spool. So that's when you want to stop reeling it out. He's stopped now, and now I'm going to take it out of free spool. He's going to hold on to the brake, and we're going to reel him in. He's going to be riding the brake ever so lightly. I'm going to do something that I never recommend, and that's I'm going to be down here while I'm winching it in, just because I know that we're nowhere near the 12,000 pound capacity. And so while I'm reeling this in and we're pre-tensioning the rope, I'm just going to be here putting light pressure just to help guide the rope so that it spools kind of uniformly. But obviously in a recovery situation where you're not sure of the conditions, like the flat road and the controllable foot on the brake, you would never want to do that. You want to take cover for sure, but in this case I feel pretty confident, so that's what I'm going to do. Oh, wrong button. All right. And that is close enough for me. We can get that last little bit by hand without the same level of tension. So I'll just loosen it up, add a little tension to the rope, or sorry, remove the tension from the rope, which allows me to unhook. Come on. Do you mind holding that for me? Thank you, sir. And we are done. That was pretty fun. So we tested out the Power Wagon winch, hooked up to an eco diesel with a trailer, with a quad. Both trucks had neutral on relatively flat ground, and the outcome was what I was hoping for. I don't know why. I think it's just an ego thing, but the Power Wagon didn't move much. It was wheeling in the other truck. And then Seb backed up his truck, and we put some tension on that rope. He was riding the brakes the entire time, obviously not fully, but he was putting some pressure on the brakes, and we reeled in the truck. So now that rope is pre-tensioned, and we're good to go. When the rope was under tension and we were pulling the truck in, the dual alternators of the Power Wagon, I think, really paid off there. I had heard, and I don't know if it's correct or not, but please let me know if it is, that when it goes under load, the engine will automatically just start to rev up to produce more power. It didn't do that. So I didn't hear the engine rev up at all during that situation, but I do have the dual alternator, so I'm thinking that might be why. But if you are a little bit more knowledgeable in that side of things, please let me know. So that was a fun little experiment. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, you know what to do, and keep on keeping on.